Hi guys, thank you so much for purchasing this class. I really love this bundle, and I hope that you like the cards we're making. I've got a special one to show you, 2 fun folds actually, and I'll show you the first one. This one is called Slide and Lock. It slides over the card, and then you can open it up. And to slide it back on, you just have to put it under both edges here. Sometimes I get it right away, sometimes I don't. And like that. So that's one. This is the second fun fold. It opens up like that. I really love the paper in this suite, and I decided to give you all a 6x6 sample of each of the papers, just as a bonus and a thank you for participating in this month's class. This is the third card that we're going to make. So let's start with the hardest one. Okay, so you have everything in your kit to make this card, of course. This card, because you have to fit this mechanism in, you do have to trim a little bit off of each end of this card. So what I'm going to do is, I've scored it in the right place. What I'm going to do is, I'm going to take 1/16 of an inch off of each end. So it's just a little bit. As you can see, it's not a very big piece you're taking off, but try and make sure you do the same on both sides. There we go. And then you score it as normal. And I'm going to do the inside of this card. It says happy birthday. And this card is terracotta tile. So I'm going to use terracotta tile ink. If you don't have terracotta tile, of course, you can use really black or any coordinating color. This is photopolymer, so I do like to put a mat underneath. There we go. And on this card on the inside, I put a ice cream cone. So I don't think I use this color. I think I use crumb cake, but maybe not. This is cinnamon cider. And I'm just going to ink up the ice cream cone, and it's this triangle shape, of course. I'm going to stamp off, actually. Yeah, that is the color I used. And then you need a this little crosshatch pattern to make the lines on the cone, and that I'm going to stamp in full strength. There we go. The ice cream cone, I believe, is terracotta tile stamped off. So I put all my stamps on blocks, but I was too lazy to go and get other ones, so I just have to clean this off first. Okay, so the ice cream cone, I'm going to stamp off. Like that. And I'm going to put some sprinkles on the ice cream cone, and they look like this. There we go. Now, while we have this terracotta tile ink out, I am going to stamp the front piece of the card so we can let it dry. So the front piece is a white square like this. And we're going to stamp "You're So Cool." We're going to kind of put it in the corner so that we have room for the ice cream cone. And I was trying to use as many stamps from this set as I could on this card. So we're going to use these little dots, and I'm going to stamp off for these and just randomly put them on the card. That. And we can let these pieces dry. Now for the slide and lock mechanism, I want you to see how that looks when it's all together. So this takes 4 pieces of 3" by 3" squares. You can actually make this using any size square. I just think that the 3" looks nice with this size, but you could definitely do 2.5 inches. And that's just going to mean that your white piece is a little bit smaller. So to make this mechanism, you have 4 pieces of 3 by 3 terracotta tile. 2 of them are scored and 2 of them are not. The ones that are not are the top and the bottom of the mechanism. So to make it, we're going to score these, fold them really good, and for this part I recommend using the Tear and Tape just because you really want it to be strong. If you have the Stampin' Up! Seal Plus, you can also use that. That is also really strong and would work. So you're going to put the Tear and Tape just on one side here. Making sure to get to the corners. Okay, you can take your tape off. And what you're going to do is you're going to put the fold to the center. And so you're going to stick it exactly over top of the square, like that. And then the other one, is going to butt up next to this. Again, fold to the center. This one should be easier to put on. Okay, like that. Then you're going to attach the top piece like this. So you need more Tear and Tape on this piece. It's such a beautiful day today, and it looks like the next 2 days are going to be beautiful as well. I was lucky that I was off today, and I'm also off tomorrow, so I am a happy girl. I love the sun. I just cut my nails, so this is a little harder than it should be. Okay, now that your tape is on, you're going to put this right over top. I find it helps to line up one edge before you stick it down. Okay, and that's it. So the more you play with it, the better it's going to work. But that is the mechanism there. So we can now attach this to the front. I'm just going to continue with the tape because it's right beside me. Go. And I have cut out your, I've given you a square to cut out your own ice cream cone, and I've given you a piece like this to cut out your ice cream flavors. So I'm just gonna cut out a couple of ice cream flavors here. So because of the way the punch is laid out, you might have to trim your paper down to get the color you want in the window. That one looks good. Okay. So I'm going to pop these up with dimensionals for fun. And your ice cream cones can hang over the edge of this as well if you wanted. I'm gonna do this one next. And for the top piece, I have used the sprinkles that came along with this suite, and they are called Ice Cream Corner Sprinkles. You will find them in the bottom of your bag. I hope you are able to get them out easily. And I'm going to show you the way I did this that seemed to work the best. So what I did was I used my liquid glue and I just put some dots randomly on my ice cream like that. And then I just stuck them down. They don't stick down as easily as things with the take your pick tool normally does with the liquid glue, so you kind of just have to use your finger to guide it into place, and it will dry and it will be great. I need a purple, I think. There. Another cinnamon cider. And let's do a yellow over here. Oh, we'll do yellow right there because that's where it fell. And a turquoise. And I think this is actually Coastal Cabana. I should be using the correct name, I guess. Here we go. Clean these up. And for this cone, I'm only going to put the dimensionals at the top because I don't need to pop it up very much. And I don't have to pop it up another layer here. So I'm going to put just dimensionals at the top, and then I'm going to put a fine bit of glue here just for it to stick to. Just like that. So that's my sample. This is the one we just made. And I will attach this on the inside. hopefully you can do this kit to pass the time while you're staying at home and during this lockdown, wave 3. And on the front, there's 2 layers here, and they just layer over top of one another. For these, I'm going to use liquid glue. I find the liquid glue sometimes shows up when you're doing a white layer, but on pattern paper, it doesn't seem to show. You know what I mean? Like a bump of where the glue is sometimes shows through. So we're just putting one on each side, nicely centered. And I'll tell you what I do when I learn a new fun fold. I use some scrap cardstock and I make the card. I don't decorate it, I just use the cardstock. And what I do is I write on the cardstock where the cuts are and where the score lines are and how many of each I need, so that the next time I want to make a card, I don't have to measure anything. I just need to look at the pattern and just copy off of it. It saves me a lot of time, and it's also, I've created like quite a little bundle of cards that I can just flip through when I'm wanting to make a fun fold and see if it'll work with the paper that I'm using. Of course, it's hard to get this one on. There we go. Okay, there we go. So that's the first card. That was the hardest one. Now we can do this one. Sorry, I've got quite a mess here. My hands are sticky. Okay, so this card, this piece is actually cut off of the end of a 4 1/4 by 11 inch piece of cardstock. So this piece was attached here, and you can get 2 cards out of 1 sheet of cardstock. And it's just a fun different fold. And I've seen some people put pattern paper in behind this section, and then they can write up here and down here. But I kind of like the way this looks. I also did some pattern paper on the inside just to make it pretty on the inside as well. So for this one, I'm going to do this part first. This is Blackberry Bliss. And to make the splatters here, I used my Stampin' Write marker. You could also use this spot stamp that we used on the front here, if you'd rather. If you do have a marker or a Stampin' Blend in Blackberry Bliss, you can do this. So all I did was I take the tip of my marker and my cover, and you just splatter. You can do as much or as little as you like. Make sure you have some grid paper down or something, because it does spray off the paper a little. so I'm happy with that. So that's the next step here. Sorry, I gotta clean off my cinnamon cider off my ink, off of my stamps. Okay, so again, I'm using Blackberry Bliss ink, but if you don't have Blackberry Bliss ink, you can use black or whatever. So you want to position your paper where it's going to go. In this part too. So you can figure out where to stamp your sentiment. So I'm just going to stamp it right here. There we go. And I'm going to let that dry. Now, the popsicle. Looks really cute. Not actually very easy to do. I will be honest, I screwed it up a few times. So my suggestion is to practice. It lines up differently than you think it's going to. I'm hoping mine's going to work out here for you on the first try, but if not, I will turn the paper over. Okay, so the popsicle has 2 pieces to the stamp, and you can use 2 different colors, which I have done, or you can use the same color and maybe just stamped off. So what I used on the bottom was the Blackberry Bliss, and this is the bottom because it has the straight edge. Okay, so this is what I'm gonna do. I'm going to stamp this piece, and I'm going to position it because I know I need to put my stick, and I'm putting a bow, so I'm going to put it right here. Okay. I'm having trouble with this Blackberry Bliss ink. I just re-inked the pad, and you can see it's already not keeping the color. I've had this happen once before with another color. It was also a dark color, so I'm not sure if that's what's going on or if I just need to try a new pad. For the top part of the popsicle, I used terracotta tile. Now, you're going to ink that up. Now, they have to overlap, because if you don't, you get that gap there, that horseshoe style gap, and it also has to line up. So I'm gonna have to get in the picture here, make sure. So you see, can you see where that gap is? I obviously need to go down further. So I'm gonna go down here-ish. I missed, but I'm going to stamp again. I went over the edge there. I'm not worried about it. It's dripping. That's what we're gonna say. It's dripping. In fact, there is a drip on the stamp set. I'm just gonna add that, make it look like it was intentional. So it is like a little drip. And it's terracotta tile, so I'm going to ink that up again. I might stamp off. There we go. It's dripping. It's perfect. I also want to show you, a lot of people were confused by what this stamp was. This stamp is to make the lines on the popsicle. Remember how we used to get the popsicles? They used to be 10 cents when I was a kid, and it has 2 sticks at the bottom and you split it in half. So that piece kind of puts that look on there, and then you can put 2 sticks if you want. I'm going to use the cinnamon cider again to make the stick. So the stick is this piece. Like that. And I want to put these spots on the top in Blackberry Bliss. You can see I've done that on this one. The little spots. There you go. Okay. Now we just got to stick everything together. So this is the card base. I'm going to stick this on. So, when you pick up this card kit, you are going to get the new catalog. I hope you love it. It's going to go live in May. I've already placed my order and it's supposed to arrive on Monday. So I'll probably be doing a Facebook Live to show you what's inside. I wasn't able to order everything. We only had a small catalog we could choose from for our pre-order. But I was able to get some things that I really wanted, so hopefully you will like them. And when the catalog goes live, I'm going to once again do my BOGO sale. And so that's going to work as it has in the past, where you choose what you want in the new catalog, and you can get the same amount for free from my BOGO sale. So you're going to order from the catalog, and your total before shipping and taxes is what you will have to spend in my store, in my BOGO sale. And you can pick whatever you want up to that amount for free. So you get twice as much for the same price. Helps me get rid of my stock, and it helps me get some sales from the new catalog. So it benefits both of us. I'm going to tie a bow using my bow maker, but I could easily do it freehand too, but I'm not going to today, just because I want it to be fast. And you know what? That was in the right spot. install some tags here. And I need a glue dot. And then this piece, oh, we have to do these first. These go here. I love this paper. This is what's on the other side of this one, and these can be used to make the ice cream using your punch. And because you have a sample of all the paper, you should be able to do that. Make some more cards. This paper does not carry over to the new catalog. Actually, no designer series paper, not that I remember, has ever carried over. Except a few Christmas ones from the Christmas catalog sometimes get carried into the annual catalog. Okay, so that card's done. Hope you like that fun fold. It's an easy one, but it's cute. Okay, this card. Pieces. Okay, so these are the pieces we have. And this is the card. I just want to show you my bow is falling apart. You have two white pieces. One is for the mat on the front. One is for the inside, and you have a third one to stamp your ice cream cone and your ice cream, and then you use the punch to cut those out. So let's do the inside first. It's just a plain happy birthday. There's also a couple little extra things. I've seen a lot of people put happy birthday and then with sprinkles on top underneath, or happy birthday, hope it's sweet underneath. And those are cute. And they would work. So now you have a stamp set. You can do you. I keep losing my mat. Okay, happy birthday. Right there. On this little piece, I'm going to stamp treat yourself before I put my ink away. And I'm going to stamp my ice cream. In the terracotta tile. Now, remember, you're doing two cards. You have one sheet of white to make the ice cream cone twice on here, and that shouldn't be a problem. And the punch, the way the punch goes, I'm going to put it here. And then I'm going to bring in So Saffron. This is the first time we're using this ink. And I'm using So Saffron because that is the color of the cardstock layer here. And I'm going to just put it here. And I need some sprinkles on my So Saffron layer. And they are right here. Nope, that's the ice cream cone. There we go. So I'm going to stamp those in terracotta tile. Like that. And the ice cream cone. I'm going to use cinnamon cider again. Same thing as before. I'm going to stamp off. And then use full strength to make the cross marks on the cone. Like that. Okay, that's all our stamping done. So I'm just going to put some of these layers together. You're going to put the white and yellow layer together first. And it's meant to be a really thin mat, just to help it pop on the other color. And then you're going to put this on top before you do the ribbon. Now, the ribbon, you can do it two ways. You can put it under here and then tie your bow. Or you can cut it in half and attach one piece there on the back to come over here and another piece on this side and then tie your bow that way. I'm going to try it this way. See how it looks. Sometimes the bow gets crooked when you do it this way. And I do want it to be over on the side here. Actually, it's not going to be long enough for me to do it that way. I am going to cut it in half. Maybe not quite half. And for this, I need my tear and tape. I'm just going to put a bit on the back. Like this. And then I'm going to put it under my card like that. Now, if you're using grid paper, you can line the ribbon up with that square and put the other one under at the exact spot. so that they're not crooked. Giving me trouble. Okay, let's line this up again. It keeps wanting to stick. Okay. I should have taken the longer piece to the other side. I'll make it work. I am just going to tie a knot in mine because I messed it up. So, lesson for you guys. Put the longer piece on this side. Okay. I'm ready for this. You're going to want to start with the one closest to the edge, because if you tried to do this one, say, I should have stamped it the other way. But you don't want to take out part of the other piece with the with the hole for that punch. So just line it up. Doesn't have to be perfect. Cut. Then you're probably going to have to cut this piece off to get your punch in here. Not enough. Still not enough. I'm having trouble. You might want to plan yours better than I did. Okay, I'm going to cut this all the way out and stop fussing with it that way. Okay, that's better. Line it up, punch, and then we're going to need to cut to get to this piece. I don't have a Post-it near me, but I do have my Take Your Pick tool. So I'm just going to use the putty to line this up as best I can. It won't line up because it's too big. Okay, that was harder than it should have been. Sorry about that. Okay. Now, you can either pop this up or you can leave it flush. I'm going to pop it up just to show you the difference so you can choose which way you like it better. I'm going to do the darker color first, and I'm not going to do this edge with the dimensionals because I don't want it popped up there. I'm just going to do the top part of the ice cream that isn't going to overlap. Like that. And same thing again. I'm only going to put the dimensionals on this top ridge. Go. And I did pop this piece up. I'm going to use larger ones to do this. And I'm just going to angle it a little. Like that. Now this piece can now attach to your cardstock. You need to do it like this so that the ribbon tucks under this piece. Okay, so there's the sample, and there's the one we just made. The bow looks better, I think, on this one, but I do like the ice cream popped up on this one. So those are the 3 cards you're making. Show you again the ones we just made. This one. This one. And this one. And I hope that you like these cards and that you like the stamp set and you get a lot of use out of it. And I hope that you like the bonus of the paper I included. Again, it was my thanks to you for signing up for this class, because not many people have been signing up lately, and I was feeling a little sad over the whole lockdown thing and not being able to have classes. And so when you guys signed up, I really appreciated it, and I just wanted to show you my thanks by giving you some paper. And because you bought the bundle, I think you will be able to use the paper well. So I hope that you like it, and I hope you like the new catalog. And again, like I said, tune in maybe Monday. I'm getting my stuff from the new catalog. I'll probably do a Facebook Live just to show you guys what I got, because I can't show you the inside of the catalog, but I can show you the product. So thanks for watching, and I hope you have a really great weekend. Thanks again. Bye.